Singapore and China signed and endorsed 24 agreements in a wide range of fields today at the Joint Council for Bilateral Cooperation in Tianjin. The high-level deals kick off more cooperation in areas including the economy, agriculture and public health. Our leaders from both sides also took the opportunity to affirm connectivity. Olivia Siong with this report.
With Singapore and China set to collaborate on more projects, the countries are putting in place a new arrangement to help people travel more easily. Singaporeans and Chinese will soon be able to go visa-free for 30 days when visiting each other's countries. Singapore Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong says flight connectivity is continuing to improve.
To get to pre-COVID levels and even go beyond pre-COVID levels in terms of our direct flight connectivity. And this will be supported also by a mutual 30-day visa-free arrangements between our two countries, which will enable more people-to-people exchanges, thereby fortifying the bedrock of our bilateral relations.
Chinese Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang also notes there are more than 40,000 Chinese students studying in Singapore, close to pre-pandemic numbers, and the visa-free arrangement will provide greater convenience. This marks the first time that DPM Wong and Vice Premier Ding are co-chairing the JCBC meeting following leadership reshuffles in both countries. It is also the first time that the meeting is taking place since Singapore and China upgraded their bilateral relationship back in March. Mr. Ding noted there have already been fruitful results from the upgraded relationship.
经贸合作迈上新台阶，双方签署了关于进一步升级自由贸易协定的议定书，这将为两国提供更多商业友好、自由和透明的政策，进一步提升贸易投资自由化、便利化水平。
Singapore businesses can expect greater market access to China's services sector. There will also be no foreign equity limits for Singapore investors in 22 sectors, including construction, retail and urban planning. Moving forward, Mr. Wong said Singapore will continue to participate in the development of China's regions and the Chinese economy.
The JCBC this year is taking place against the backdrop of global economic headwinds, geopolitical uncertainty, and continued global warming. It is therefore all the more important for our two countries to work together and to strengthen cooperation amongst ourselves amidst the turbulence around us.
He adds they will consolidate cooperation in traditional areas like trade and investment and are already deepening efforts in new aspects such as the digital and green economies. Other agreements were also signed, including in food security, education and smart cities. Olivia Siong, CNA, Tianjin.
Posting on Facebook, DPM Wong says that deepening cooperation will help open new opportunities, support businesses and create more jobs for people. He also thanked Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang for a meaningful and substantive meeting, adding that there's a lot more that both countries can do together.
More on the mutual 30-day visa exemption between Singapore and China. Both countries expecting to implement it from early next year. Singapore says both sides are currently working out operational details. Currently, Singaporeans with ordinary passports can visit China for up to 15 days without a visa, while Chinese passport holders need a visa to enter Singapore. A trade association says the arrangement may bring a long-awaited uptick in tourist arrivals from China and may also give Singapore companies a leg up in expanding to China.
So what this 30-day visa arrival arrangement would result in is more exploratory tours or visits between the two countries. So yes, I foresee that it will make it easier for businesses who are interested to explore opportunities to actually then now travel to China. They could be having a holiday while while visiting friends or visiting potential partners.
Singapore and China will expand the scope of their collaboration on the Tianjin Eco-City to make it a model for climate-friendly urban life. Now, leaders of both countries announced 15 new initiatives as they mark the 15th anniversary of the government-to-government project. Now, they include areas like low-carbon living, talent development, and green ports. For one, work on a new green innovation park has begun, spanning 1 million square meters in the city centre or around 90 football fields. The park will support low-carbon enterprise. The first building will be an integrated commercial development with sustainable features. It wants to attract high-end business services like think tanks and headquarters. The new Z4 light rail line will run through the Eco-City and have direct access to the park when it opens next year.
While in Tianjin, Mr. Wong also met the municipality's party secretary Chen Min-er. Calling him an old friend of Singapore, Mr. Wong noted many ministers in his delegation had worked with Mr. Chen when he was party chief in Chongqing, particularly on Singapore and China's third government-to-government project, the Chongqing Connectivity Initiative. Mr. Chen said it has made good progress and that Singapore and Tianjin have much more potential for cooperation.
15年前设立中信生态城的时候，我还只是一个听闻者，您是参与者。这个一路下来，您也付出了很大的这个热情支持，所以我特别想听到您对今后的15年这个中信生态城有怎样的建议，特别对天津方面有怎样的建议，我很想听。
So we look forward to being able to work with you and your team, not just for the Eco-City project itself and the next 15 years, but to think about how we can further strengthen the linkages between Singapore and Tianjin and to facilitate the development of Tianjin as part of China's broader developments.